In this segment, I will be talking about one of the most powerful features of LinkedIn, and that is the search for people that meet certain criteria. And how is this applicable to BNI is in two distinct areas. One of them is during our meetings and when people are doing their sales manager minute, or in our BNI, since we have a larger group, we only get 30 seconds, our sales manager half minutes. And also in our dance cards or one-to-ones. So let's start out with a sales manager minute. In the sales manager minute, people often ask for specific individuals or specific professions. So when people ask that for that, then usually people, I know for me, prior to me using LinkedIn, most of the time when somebody was asking for someone, I didn't know them. But now, when I'm at the meeting, I actually write the name down. In fact, we now have some sheets that we put together with what everybody asks, and we can write it down. So I write down the name of the person, and then I can come back and do a search to see if they are in my network. So let's take somebody this morning. There was an acupuncturist by the name of Michael Julian. So let me go ahead and search. And you type the name over here under search people, and lo and behold, here's Michael Julian. He's an acupuncturist. That's the right person. All right, and in the San Diego area. Now, as you can see over here, he is 2 degrees away. That means that I am not connected to him directly. However, somebody in my network is. So let's find out who that is. And sure enough, there are 3 people connected to Michael Julian: Jeremy Lindquist, Barbara Martello, and Deb Davies. I know all 3 of them, and I could ask all 3 of them to do an introduction to Michael Julian. What I would do is I would send them an email. I will do another segment on how to do the proper introductions, but for right now, let's suffice it to say that I can send them an email, ask him to see, tell them that one of my colleagues wants to meet Michael Julian, if they would be willing to forward an introduction to them. And more than likely, especially with the relationship that I have with them, is they would say yes. So I would send them an email. If they say yes, I now have a referral to give to my colleague. All right, there was another person today. Let me do a search for that person, and that was Dr. Kami Kohani. Okay, and Dr. Kami Kohani is a dentist, and sure enough, here it is, San Diego area, medical practice dentistry. All right, and this is a 3rd, so that's a little farther removed, but still. Again, it's doable. I find out who's connected to whom. Mark Munoz, I know Mark well. Mark has somebody in Mark's database, in LinkedIn network, knows Dr. Kohani. I don't know who that is. So what I would do is I would send Mark an email asking him, telling him, hey, listen, somebody in my network wants to meet somebody in your network. Can you find out for me who knows Dr. Kohani? And if so, ask him if they would be willing to forward an introduction. And that would be a little further removed, but still, it went from neither one of these people would be somebody that I would be giving as a referral to now for sure one, and maybe both of them I would be able to give as a referral. So that's the power of the search function in the meetings during the sales manager meetings. So now let's talk about the one-on-ones. And I'll use an example because I'm having a one-on-one with someone in my chapter coming up soon. So we exchange gains profiles. All right, and what I have here is I have the top 3 in her contact sphere. They're a personal trainer, a healthcare professional, and a spa owner. Okay, so what I will do is I will do an advanced search on LinkedIn, which what you can do is you can type in the keywords that you want. So I have in here, I have, let's say, personal trainer, and I'm going to do it near me. This is my zip code, and rather than 50 miles, let me just put 35 miles. Within me, which is in San Diego, I'll do a search over here and see how many people we have. We have 412 people in my area that I can refer potentially to my contact. All right, I'm started looking down 221. Oh, here it is. Amy Gallo. I know Amy, personal trainer. I can certainly do an introduction directly to her because I know Amy. All right, and then there are some other people. Let's see, Jason Chan's over here. Let's see who in my network knows Jason. Abby Gooch, I know Abby, so I would be sending Abby an email saying, hey, Abby, somebody in my network wants to meet Jason. Would you be willing to forward an introduction to them? And more than likely, Abby will say yes. As soon as Abby responds to me, yes, I would be willing to do that, I now have a referral to give to my contact. All right, so let's go back in the advanced and let's see, let's do somebody else. The other one was a spa owner. So, okay, so let's do that. Let's type that in. Ooh, wow, 18,000 spa owner. Wow, it's a lot of people. Maybe what I'll do is I'll narrow it down so that they are both a spa owner. Okay, so let me just narrow it down like this and see what we got. Okay, good. 325 people. Again, tons of people. It looks like most of these are second degree. Some of them are in a group. We're together in one of the groups. We share a group, which means I can email them directly if I know them. All right, I don't know these people very well. Let's see, Amy Ann Dijon. All right, she's Rebecca King. I don't know Rebecca that well, so I wouldn't use that. Let's see, how about Alan Case? All right, and Alan Case, Carissa Newton, same thing. I don't know her very well. Let's go another salon spa owner. Okay, Ann Adams, I don't know. Let's see, Maria Rosa. These are all part of my group. So it may be that this is not going to be a good thing, spa owner. So there's a third degree, Roberta Johnson, third. All right, well, spa owners this way. Well, let me remove the quotation marks. Again, I will expand the search again and see what happens. Okay, Ida Felix, she's the owner of Spa Management. She's a second degree connection. Perfect. All right, so let's see Keith New. I would send Keith an email asking him if he'd be willing to connect me with Ida. And if the answer is yes, I have another referral to give. And lastly, the last person was a chiropractor. So let's do a chiropractor. Okay. All right, location again, I'll do it near me. Let me do this. Let me do a search. Okay, there's 124. Randall Gregerson, second. Okay, let's talk Stephen Hahn. Okay, let's see if anybody knows Ellen Farrell. I know Ellen. So I would send Ellen an email and ask Ellen, see if she would be willing to connect me to Dr. Hahn. Okay, so you can see now the power of this. And the last thing I want to show you is, let's say somebody wanted to meet, their key was accountants. All right, so again, I'll do it accountants in San Diego. And I'll do it within my zip code. Okay, and let me do a search and see what do I have. Jeannie Mann is one. I know Jeannie, so yes, I can send Jeannie an email. Chuck Dummett is also in my network. I know Chuck, I don't know as well, but I know him, and I would be willing to make an introduction. And Tanya Scott, I know her well. So that's three people right away that come to mind that perhaps would not have come to mind. Steve Wendroff, let's see, who knows Steve? All right, Bob McCran. Bob McCran is in my board of advisors, so Bob would be definitely willing to introduce me to Stephen Wendroff. So I would send him an email, and I now have increased the number of referrals. So anyway, very powerful tool. You can see not just the number of referrals I'm going to be able to give, which is powerful, but imagine if with my network in your chapter, if they're also doing this, I can submit my gains, they can go to their top 3, and just alone they can give me a ton of referrals. So very powerful way to use LinkedIn. All right, and I will leave you by looking at some statistics in here. I have 691 connections, which gives me direct access to 173,000 people. All right, so that's the power of LinkedIn.